Steve Huff with Mobile Fire Rescue. Just give us an idea of what happened this morning. What do we know about this fatal fire?
We got a call close to 6:20 this morning for a house fire here on Hillandale Drive. When firefighters arrived, they had heavy fire and smoke coming from the structure. They were unable to get through a door, so they made entry through a window to start fighting the fire. While making entry, they were told that there was possibly one, maybe two people inside. Once inside, they did discover one female, 64, 65 years of age, that had already succumbed to the fire. They did, after a thorough search, it was determined later that there was nobody else in the structure. Another person that was inside was able to escape through a back bathroom window unharmed.
Do we have any idea if this fire could be considered suspicious, or was this an accident?
Right now it's under investigation. They're trying to determine exactly what caused it.
Can you release the name of the victim?
We don't release names.
Okay. Do we know what caused it at this point?
No, like I said, that's under investigation. They're actively investigating the cause right now.
And again, what time did this house fire come in?
It's about 6:20 or around that time.
Now, from my vantage point, I see the roof caved in a couple of times. Can you describe?
Yeah, the fire burned through the roof. It got up in the attic, burned through the attic, and then broke through the roof. There's an open carport on one end where we suspect that somewhere in that area the fire may have originated, and that's where the serious burn is. And then it spread from there.
Roughly, again, what time of the morning did this?
About 6:20 is when we got called.
And you guys obviously had a very large response. Can you talk about the response that came out?
We essentially called a second alarm because we thought we had possibly 2 or 3 fatalities, so additional units were requested on initial, getting here. Once they determined that only one person was actually in the house, they cut back some of that. There were 3 dogs that died in the fire and also a cat.
Could you reiterate why did MFRD initially think there might have been more than one fatality in this case?
We were told that there was a possibility of 3 people inside whenever we initially got on the scene. We were told en route that there may be somebody inside. We're not given a number at that time, but once on the scene, neighbors indicated there were 3 people that lived there and possibly inside. We determined that one escaped and the other one was not home at the time of the fire.
And you mentioned that firefighters couldn't gain entry through the front door. Was there any sort of obstruction on the front door?
Haven't been determined yet, but they did have issues trying to get in the front door, and they ended up going through a window.
Anyone with MFRD injured in this incident?
No injuries.
All right, sir. Again, there's one woman in her mid-60s that has been killed as a result of this fire, and you believe she died as a result of the fire, right?
Yes. Obviously with any case like that, an autopsy has to be performed, but all indications are right now that she died from the fire.
And sir, is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't asked you about?
Nope, I think we covered it.
All right, I'm going to continue the Facebook Live here while I take off your microphone, sir. Again, if you're just joining us on News 5's Chad Petrie, we are live along Shan Drive, south of Mobile. Mobile Fire Rescue Steve Huffman just giving us a quick update on this situation. That one woman has been killed in this house fire. Call came in shortly before 6:30 this morning. They initially had gotten a call for the possibility that there could have been more than one person killed in this fire. After their investigation, they did determine that only one person has been killed as a result of this. They did not give the victim's name at this point, but we're told that she is roughly 65 years old. Now, the cause of that fire also still under investigation at this point. Now, you cannot see it from our vantage point. In fact, we're too far away to see it. You can really only see it on the zoom lens on my larger camera. But it appears at least 1 or 2 points in this home that the roof caved in, that the fire shot through the roof and caused damage there. Now, it appears that it may have started in a carport. But again, this is still under investigation. They're not entirely sure what the cause was. At this point, they don't believe it is suspicious. But again, it is a fatal house fire on Shan Drive South, or South Shan Drive, in the Crestview subdivision in Mobile. If you're just joining us, I'm News 5's Chad Petrie. In fact, I'm going to turn around just a hair just so you can see it behind me. Again, they had a very large fire response to this because initially they had believed that there may have been multiple people trapped inside that home. To give you a better idea, it's not the home directly behind me with the cars you can see over my shoulder. It's actually the next one down. Corner of Hillandale and Shan is the best I can tell to give you a vantage point of what we're looking at here. Got a fire rescue vehicle coming through. I'm gonna have to move my gear. Again, if you're just joining us on News 5's Chad Petrie, they appear to be wrapping up their heavy machinery here at this scene. But again, one person found dead following a house fire on Shan Drive South. Mobile Fire Rescue describing the victim as a woman, roughly 65 years of age. They did not publicly identify the victim in this case. Cause still under investigation, and by all accounts they believe that this was the victim died as a result of this fire. They don't know what exactly caused the fire right now. That bit of information is still under investigation. We'll have more on this later today on News 5. For now, on News 5's Chad Petrie, live along Shan Drive in the Crestview subdivision in Mobile.